Hello guys, a long time no see again. Also, I literally just realized I forgot to put on anything lip related. Oh well, you're gonna get the unfiltered version of me today, kind of. So I went to visit my boyfriend like I told you in my last little mini vlog. And then when I'm sorry, my cats are literally on what I have you on. Rocket, get down. And I was there for a week and I started to get sick while I was there. Didn't know what was wrong with me. And then I came back and I went back to, I was like doing work and whatever, and I was like, I just really don't feel good. Went into like the Minute Clinic and I had like a sinus / weird throat infection. Lorelai, get down please. And yeah, it just, no, I'm sorry. She likes to bite the ends of books. She's teething right now, so it's like a killer for me. Hold on one second. Lorelai, say hi to the camera. Hello. Go up on my bed. So I have my other cat. You guys can't see him. He's right here. But I was sick for a week. Literally came home and didn't have a voice for 4 days and was super sick in bed. Had to miss 2 days of work. Yeah, it was not very fun. So I did not get a chance to film my wrap-ups or anything. So that's what we're gonna do right now. We're going to do a short little video today about my February, because February was actually a really good month for reading. It was great. So you can probably see the corner of Rocket's ear in there. All right, now he's moved. Without further ado, because I will just literally keep talking if we don't, we're going to get into the video. So, oh, it was number one, okay. So to start things off, I decided to read Powerless by Lauren Roberts. I gave this one a 4 stars. It's actually on my Goodreads. I need to link that in here that I actually have an account now. I like this, but I didn't exactly get all of the hype a little bit. Now, maybe if you haven't read a whole lot of fantasy or romantasy, it's not that I didn't like this. Please do not think that I didn't like this. I just felt like some parts of it were a little bit dragged out for me and I wanted more to happen. Now, granted, it is the first one, so that's a lot of world building, like kind of trying to bring you into the story. So that could also be why. But it just wasn't my favorite. I did still give it 4 stars because it is still really good. I do like the story. It's just not my favorite. Moving on. I'm gonna skip over that because I want to talk about, yes. Okay, so Good Girl, Bad Blood is the sequel to A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. It's like a mouthful. And I really liked this one. I felt like it was much, much better than the first one. It just kind of like started adding the stakes. You kind of see Pip going through like what happens afterwards, like her trying to get justice for certain things that have happened. It was very good. I liked this one a lot. I really just like this series, like, period, and you'll see that when I get into the next book, because it's gonna be the next one in there. So without further ado, I'm gonna get into that one, because that one was like, that one was probably my highlight of the month, not gonna lie. So, as promised, I read the third and final book, As Good as Dead by Holly Jackson. This book, you guys, oh, this was the finale. This was insane. It was so good. This was my 5 star. This is the first 5 star I've had all year. Absolutely 100% obsessed. Loved it, could not put it down. I was working. All I wanted to do was read. I didn't want to do anything else other than read. Obsessed. Literally could not tell you how much you need to read this series if you like a thriller. And it's YA, so it's not as dark. But I feel like I'm starting to get more into my thriller era this year, more so than I have in the past. It's not that I didn't like them, it just never really caught my attention, but I feel like now I'm really, really getting into them. And I'm so excited for it because I can't wait. Moving on from there, I'm gonna change it up a little bit because I have a lot from Holly Jackson this month, unfortunately. I read Carrie Soto is Back. My cat bit a little hole in there and I had to order a new one, but that's okay because I'm weird about like stuff like that. Carrie Soto Was Back by Taylor Jenkins Reid. As a tennis player, love this. Thought it was fantastic. Highly, highly, highly recommend. It kind of wraps up the Malibu Rising, Daisy Jones and the Six, like that whole world building. This book is like the last one. I'm pretty sure Destiny Sidwell said in her video, the last one in this universe. So if you like that, oh, and The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, I knew I missed one. I would really recommend picking this up. It's very good. I liked the way that they talked about the competition and her just building. There's not a whole lot of romance in here. It's more like just her overcoming her struggles as an athlete and getting back into the tennis game after she's retired. But if you're a tennis player, you would very much like this, especially because I've read a lot of sports romances in and of itself, but this is the first one that it really felt like I could relate to everything because I played tennis. So that was kind of nice because normally I don't get that very much in romances. But yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. So I love this. I gave this one 4 stars. Sorry, I forgot to rate the other ones. Good Girl, Bad Blood, I think was a 4-star. And then As Good as Dead was, like I told you, my 5-star. Getting into the next book. Well, you know what? We'll get into the DNF. I DNF'd Done and Dusted by Lila Sage, and I think I mentioned this prior in another video. I just could not, I don't know what it was about this book. It was just boring to me. Like, I just could not get into it. And, excuse me, I like A Small Town. I'm starting the Knock 'Em Out series right now, the first one. I have the paperback, but I started reading it on Kindle because I had just finished a book and I was like kind of feeling slumpy, so I started it, but that's beside the point. It just doesn't do it for me. I don't know what it is about cowboy romances. They're just not for me. I've determined that they're not for me. I wish that I could get into them because I know that they are so beloved by so many people. I just don't like them. I may give the Elsie Silver series another try later on this year, but just not anytime soon because I know myself and I'm not in the mood. I just couldn't with this one. To me, it was just too slow, too repetitive. There wasn't a lot happening. I didn't really feel I felt the chemistry between them, but it wasn't the type of chemistry that I like to read about. So I DNF this one. I will not be revisiting this series, unfortunately. But I hate it because the cover is gorgeous. Like, the cover is life. It reminds me of my old Nancy Drew copies that my mom kept from when she was a little girl. So I was very sad by that. A novella I read this month is actually Killjoy by Holly Jackson. I didn't even know this was a thing until I was out at the store picking up 5 Survive because I was in a slump, a Holly Jackson slump. Because to be honest with you, like, her books did put me in a slump this month, like a little bit, after I was done reading everything she has out, except for The Disappearance of Rachel Price, which just does not come out until April, which I pre-ordered. Yeah, I've been just kind of like, I want to read like more of what she has to say. But Killjoy was cute. It takes place like before A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. I'm sorry, I keep tongue twisting that. You can kind of read this. I mean, I did it after I finished the series, so I had to try to place like when it like actually took place. But it's like basically the gang and a murder mystery dinner, and it's really cute, and I liked it, and I thought it was cool because I love Clue and murder mystery dinners and everything else. So for me, this was a win. I liked this. I don't really like, I mean, you can rate it. It was like a 4-star for me because, I mean, it's a short, like little quick novella. Very good. Love that. Moving on. So I've had the True Love Experiment since it came out for a while. I do like Christina Lauren's writing. I know it's a pair of friends that do it. I like the writing style that they have for their novels. This one was just kind of a miss for me, which is bizarre because I love The Soulmate Equation, which is up here. This one just didn't hit. I don't know, like, I felt like the chemistry was just kind of bland and boring, and I didn't really see the hype between it. And I liked the concept of the dating show. That's like not a spoiler, it's literally on the back cover of this, but it was a miss for me. I just didn't like it. I thought it was kind of, no, Laura, she's trying to bite my camera, I'm sorry. I just felt like it was boring, which I just didn't like it. I almost DNF'd this, to be honest with you, but I really just wanted to know how it ended. It just was a miss for me. There's a couple of cute moments that I won't say because they're kind of spoilers, but yeah, it didn't hit for me. no, I'm sorry. This one I gave like I think I gave it a 2 or a 3 star. It just wasn't, I think I gave it 2. I was like pretty harsh about this one. I just wasn't feeling it, and I couldn't wait for it to be done. And I also felt like it was excessively long. Like it could have been wrapped up in less than what was going on. I'm sorry, I have to keep getting her away from him because someone likes to bite the books because someone's teething. Go play with your brother. They're not actually related, I just call them that. And then the last and final one that I will talk about is 5 Survive by Holly Jackson. This is her other one. This is a standalone novel. It has nothing to do with A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. The characters are not related in any way, shape, or form. I liked this one, but it all takes place in one night, which isn't a bad thing, but then you kind of don't really get as attached. I mean, you get attached to the characters, but I didn't really feel the same, I don't know, like attachment to them as I did the other ones. I mean, I guess it's because it's a series, so you get to know them a little bit more. But it was okay. It was good. I gave it a 4 stars. It's still a very good thriller. It's not as good, like I said, as the series, but I did like it. I like the cover. I think it's cool. I think Holly Jackson's covers are really good. They're really creative. This one actually, like, I thought that my cats had been biting on the end of it, and it's not. It's literally just from like the little etchings from the book. So I thought that was pretty cool. I liked this one. I really highly rate Holly Jackson overall, if you couldn't tell from this video. As a author, she's really good. Yeah, I can't wait for The Disappearance of Rachel Price. I'm so looking forward to it. But that's kind of it for like what I read for the whole month. It was actually a really good month for me, to be honest. I'm kind of surprised. Another thing is that I did start reading Bride by Ali Hazelwood, and listen guys, I love paranormal romance. Like, I've been about that for a long time. I like it. It's like, it's my vibes. I could not get into it. Like, I don't know, like, I still have it, and I may revisit it like later, but it's just, so far, it's a little cringy to me. I don't really like it. It's not really my kind of vibes of paranormal romance, but I know a lot of people really like it. But for me, it's just kind of there. It's not really my idea of a good paranormal romance, but that's my own personal opinion. I don't want to throw that on you guys. But that's kind of going to be it for this video. I may make what I'm reading for next month a TBR, but I have been very moody about what I've been reading lately, to be honest with you. And I started to feel myself yesterday kind of trying to get into a slump. I know, it's a dirty word in the book lovers universe. And so I was like, oh my gosh, I have to break myself out of it. So I started rereading. I think this is the month I'm going to attempt to read Throne of Glass. I'm not gonna sit here and say that I'm gonna read the entire series in the month of March, because I know myself, and if I do that, that's kind of what I do with ACOTAR, and I think that's why I don't really want to do it with Throne of Glass. I want to sprinkle in some other books in between, because I have a tendency, if I do that and I get really into it and then I read it all straight through, then I experience a massive slump and burnout, and I don't want to do that. So I may pepper in some of the Throne of Glass books and then some other books in there. That's why I don't really want to make a TBR video for this month, just because I have been so moody about what I've wanted to read. I also need to get the Magnolia Parks, the next one, the Into the Dark one. I still actually, please do not come for me. I still need to actually read The Great Undoing. I don't know why I haven't read it, because I like Daisy more than Magnolia. I know that's like an unpopular, well, people are split. Some people really, you're either a Magnolia girl or you're a Daisy girl. There's no in between, obviously, because those are the only 2 characters we really have an in-depth thing on. But I don't know. I also really want to read Binding 13. I've had that like for months since Steph Bohr talked about it on her channel. So I don't really know. I'm kind of all over the place. Like last night I had a good hard look at my books and then ended up going back to the Assassin's Blade. Yes, I know there is speculation about what order you can read those in as far as the Throne of Glass series is concerned. Some people say to read it first. Some people say to read it third. I know Sarah J Maas has it as like 3rd or 4th, I think, in like the amount of books. But then I know that a lot of people said that it helped them to kind of identify with the main character a little bit more before you go into the Assassin's Blade, because I attempted the Assassin's Blade a few times. Actually, like even before Throne of Glass was kind of like trending on TikTok. This is like years and years ago, and I didn't really understand like what the whole, like everything that was going on. So I feel like if at the time when I was reading it, I'd had the Assassin's Blade, I would have been a little bit more, like I would have understood a little bit more her character arc, kind of. So, that's what I'm planning on doing. I have the first two. I'm possibly going to Barnes today. I was supposed to go to Epcot, but one of my dad's cats is sick. He's not been feeling well since yesterday. So we're not gonna go to the park today. I did try to go to the Cat Cafe yesterday and they were actually sold out of space, but we were supposed to go today, but unfortunately we're not gonna be able to go. So I'm gonna have to cancel both of those excursions, but it's okay because I actually do need to get some essentials. Do you ever have like one of those weeks where you feel like you just live at Target because you keep forgetting things? That's me this week. I think it's because I like came back and then I was sick, and so I've got like a bunch of stuff I'm trying to do at the same time. So that's kind of where we be what's going on for right now, guys. But I will hopefully see you guys relatively soon. I'm gonna come up with some more, excuse me, even if it's not a TBR video, just some other stuff, maybe like, you know, like tropes sorry, I don't know what's wrong with me. Oh my god, I forgot about a book I read. I'm so sorry. The video is not ending here. I lied. I don't have it because, so I did actually eventually, I have bit it and we've ordered a Kindle. My dad owed me one last Christmas gift. That's a long story. It's a story for another day. And so the Kindle is coming, and it was supposed to come last night, but it got delayed. So I don't have the Kindle. But on my phone, I decided to, I was bored and I didn't know what I wanted to read after I was kind of, like I said, in the slump after finishing the A Good Girl's Guide to Murder series. And I ended up, Divine Rivals is on Kindle Unlimited. Just the first one. Ruthless Vows is not on there. And I read it within like a day and a half, and I loved it. That one was like easily like a 4.5. I don't know why I didn't rate it a 5. It just felt like it was missing something. I'm not exactly sure what, but I loved it. I loved the romance. I loved the world building. I loved the typewriters. I can't believe it's taken me that long to read it, but yeah, it's so good. Like I absolutely 100% recommend that book if you have not read it. So like I don't have the physical copy obviously with me right now. I saw it at Target the other day and I need to buy it. I just haven't done it, but I